Morning to you all out there. 5:15 in the morning. Andy's coming around to my house for 6, and then we're heading on down to the coast. Just taking my dog Poppy out for a quick walk in this beautiful countryside. And we were going to go to Chelsea, but there's big tides down there, load of weed. Did a bit of research on Facebook and rang a couple of people I know down there. So we're going to go to one of our local beaches, meet a couple of other fellows down there, see if we can catch a bream or two, is the plan. We might be a bit early, but we're going to have a crack. Tide's right, so I'll catch up on the beach. See you down there. Welcome back. As I mentioned earlier on today, today I am down at Shoreham. So, tactics today. Well, it'll either be flatfish, and they have been catching a few bream around here, so I'm going to target some bream. And in order to do so, I've made myself another trace. So I've got a running weight here, 150 gram gripper. This is on the bottom, just flipping around. Load of beads, green and black, little stop here, tiny bit of ragworm, tiny little squid strip, size 1/0 hook, so small hook. And then as an experiment, because there have been 1 or 2 spider crabs being caught, is I thought I would try and figure out some way to get the top hook out of their gob. So I have a float here, shorter snood here, ragworm tipped off with a bit of squid. Theory being is lock this into the sand, then let a little bit of line out, and this will force this off the seabed, hopefully enough to get out of the spider crab's gobs. But what'll probably happen is I'll just get in a big tangle. And then this one, I'm fishing a long trace, which basically goes over the top clip here, back down again, clips on here, hits the seabed, unhooks, unclips at the top, flows out. Going to run the risk with the crabs with a load of bling on the end. I've got a black lug, and then I've tipped it off with a squid head, maybe for something a little bit bigger. So let's get them out. Tide's coming in, high tide's 11. It's going to be warm today, it's quite bright, water's clear, sea's very calm, loads of weed around by looking at the edge of the sea and the tide line. So we might get a little bit of weed, and there's a few of us down here, so you never know. Be nice if I could catch a bream. That's the plan. Let's get them out. Okay, this is the one with the float on it. Whether it works or not, we'll only find out when we catch a fish. Okay, got you out there. See if we can get this theory to work. So I'm going to lock the lead in, which is in, and then I'm just going to let a little bit out about there. So the theory is as the line goes down, it'll be taut on the lead, then let a bit of line out, which gives a little bit of movement, and then the float will pull it off, hopefully about yay high. That's the plan. We'll see. Let's get the other one out. What's the time? It's 8 o'clock and the sun is already warm, and I'm feeling an idiot wearing these trousers. Stupid man. Water is crystal clear. Trap is set. But I had a fairly bumpy week. My wife went away and left me with mother-in-law with all the bits that brings. bore you with that. Factor in my back and everyone taking the mickey out of me at work. Well, kind of, that's part of life, isn't it? But the best bit was I hobbled into a pret-a-manger to get myself a coffee. And I was wearing like an Anoraki zip thing. Anyway, I got my coffee. In front of me there was a basket with a load of biscuits and things in it. Then the pay machine on a little sort of shelf. Then a plastic screen with the lady the other side. So she handed me the coffee round this side. I took the coffee, I put it down, and I leaned into the machine. I put my card in the machine, paid, swiped, whatever, scan, stood back, picked my coffee up, walked away. And as I walked away, there was a toggle on the coat I was wearing, which had dropped into the basket. And then as I moved back, the toggle got caught in the weave. And the basket came with me, went all over the place. Biscuits, stuff, all over the floor. Anyway, full of people, all looking at me like I was a pillock. And yeah, I was a pillock. But the very kind lady said, "Oh, no, don't worry, I'll pick it all up." She said, "Oh, that's third time that's happened this week. My advice would be maybe to move it." But yeah, other than that, my week's been okay. I'm on holiday now, and I thought I'd squeeze a day in before we head off down and do holiday stuff with my wife and my dog. So I'm going to be out of the loop for a week or so, and then back again. But I think we're still a little bit early maybe for Bream. They have caught the odd one or two along here. There's enough of us. We got Andy, Klaus, me, Martin and Rob. So between us, I would hope to catch something. We'll see. Good morning, fellow.
Good morning, Paul.
And I have this gentleman over here. Rob, do you want to come and say hello?
Hello.
Morning. I see you've been in the Tackle magazine.
Yes.
Buying yourself some fishing gear.
Some cast-offs.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
compost selenite from last summer wine.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, I know we've been taking the mickey out of you, but
Thank you.
I'm dressed for winter.
Yeah.
And I'm going to look a pillock because it's already warm.
No change there.
What? And you were telling me about Fisho, who's packed up, which is really, really sad.
He'll be carrying on fishing, but hopefully.
But he reckons he's got to the end of his video journey as to what he can show all of us. Well, that's a big, big pity because he's a really nice fellow. His videos are captivating. He always generally catches fish. Yeah. He's 1,000 times better as an angler than I am, and I really enjoyed watching his videos, and I'll miss him. That's sad, I have to say. So I've got a bite on this rod, but will it translate into a fish? No. All the bait gone. Right, chuck it back out. So on the advice of one of my subscribers, rather than reeling in, trudging up the beach, baiting up, I've got one I've already done. So I'll sling this out and then rebait the other one. So I've just had a stormer of a bite. And thought it was a little heavy. Not the most spectacular or awe-inspiring of plaice, but nevertheless a fish. Right, chap, let's get you in the bucket and then we'll get you unhooked. And hopefully, just like that. Easy. That's so much nicer getting them in like that. Right, little fish. In you go. Off to your little fishy home. How cool's that? Right, let's refresh the water. A bit of nice oxygenated water. Getting a bootload. We now know what is stripping our baits.
That's what's eating the bait,
Yeah, Klaus has just asked me if a spider crab counts because we've just had a bit of an update. Rob on one, Martin's just caught one, he's just sent me a photograph. This gentleman caught spider crab earlier on and I want to know whether a spider crab counts or not. I reckon it's a -3. But maybe I'm being very ungenerous. I don't know.
Well,
Or
leave it to your audience and see what they put in the comments.
yeah. Paul, you're an idiot. Yeah, or something similar. You are brand ambassadors, the two of you, aren't you? With all your gear. You've got designer footwear.
Yeah.
That's only Doc Martin.
Weird fish top.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
And I've got my yeah.
You have your I'm an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
Which basically what that says. When I was younger, I used to look at people like you and go, what is that person doing? But all of us have now turned into those people. We're now reeling in great clots of this. All of us are starting to get it, and gets to that point where you think, well, do I keep doing this or do I fish one rod? I think I'm going to go down to one rod. And maybe once the tide starts turning the other way, it'll drag this rubbish back out again, but it becomes a bit demoralising, doesn't it, after a while, when you come all this way. So you obviously saw that bite.
Boing, boing, boing. Only brought us into,
what were you using bait-wise?
black lug.
Black lug. Far out, close in?
As far as I could track it.
Right.
Trying to get past the weed, but I think they're there.
Right, he's lively now. He's been in the bucket. See if we can see him head off into his little Bream home. Where he goes. Whoa! Where is he? There he is. Oh, he's off. He's gone like a little silver bullet. Brilliant. Klaus is our go-to spider crab expert. That is a ridiculous crab. How many is that you caught now?
That's the third one now.
Third one.
He's massive.
Right.
He's almost edible.
Yeah. There must be gazillions of them out there.
Oh.
I mean, they're so well designed for what they're about. You've got to have a little bit of respect for them. And how quick they find our baits. Not going to win any prizes with this fish. Not something I should be really very proud of, I have to say, but it's a fish. Right, you can get in there. So, we've unhooked this little fish using Fisho's method. Perked him up in the bucket, and he's a needy little bitty plaice. And let's get him back in his little watery house. Game little fish, aren't you? Go on then, off you go. And away he goes. Young Martin. That makes it 3, doesn't it? Yeah. Decent, nice little place. We'll let them sort him out and get him back in his little watery house. Well done, chap. There he goes. Look at him go. And he's gone. Hey! So Andy's caught up. That's well coloured, isn't it? Yeah. Beautiful thing. You see the bite on that one? Now it would be nice to get a bream. But I suppose at least Andy's had one, so it proves they are here. reel in, and I just got another fish. So I've beaten Andy. So what is it? It's another little plaice. Come here, you little plaice. I'm not going to bring it to the camera, I'm just going to release it. Off we go. So we've reeled in last two reel-ins for the day. Andy and I are going to go home, we're going to go and drink beer. Beach is getting really crowded, so Andy's 2, I'm 3, so I've beaten Andy. Hey, not a great victory though, is it really? 7 hours. As ever, thanks for watching. I will catch up with all of you out there I'm away next weekend, and then following weekend I'll be out fishing again. Where I go, don't know. Maybe Selsey Way, see how the weed etc is doing down there. But look after yourselves. Thanks for watching, thanks for all the lovely comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.